There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Ooh, oh boy. Looks like I have to adjust a couple of things. Gotta open this folder. Let's turn that off, that off. Whoops. My frames were all out of whack. Hey, Exodus. Alright, let me open up this soda. I just got back from the gym. Live stream for a little bit. Keep working on the leyline system. I think the next steps, we're going to test a couple things. I think the next step is going to be restricting distance. So that's going to be fun. There was a part of me today, as I was sitting on the couch getting ready for the gym, I thought to myself, you know what? Wouldn't it be better if I just pretty much remade Ars Magica 2 for Vintage Story? Like, that thought briefly crossed my mind. Like, people would be able to make their own custom spells and... But then I thought, no, maybe eventually, but I got to finish Magic 2.0, and this would be a system that would be inherited in something like that, so... Yeah. Alright, so we have our tool. When it changes, it actually will change its appearance. So you'll be able to visually see, like, connection, reconnection. Or those are the only two modes the wand has here. The resonator. So I need to set it to where an item here it needs to be able to link to something. I think I would give it a 10 block range, which means that we're going to need to get a repeater as well that links up to the system to extend everything down. Sure, scrap everything and start over. How hard can it be, right? How hard could it be? Just blow it all up. Yeah, because I think right now if I go all the way back here... Whoops. Connection mode. So block is saved, ready to link to a nexus, and I link it to that one. Yeah, see, it links fine. Yep. So we don't want that. I'm going to disconnect everything. Boop. See, I could just disconnect from the nexuses themselves, and it gets rid of everything. I do like this system. I like the system. Do you have a blow it all up spell yet? Nope. Gonna have to make it. That'll be another stream. Alright, first thing I'm gonna have to do is get a restriction for this nexus. Think I know where to look to get some of that code. I need to get into the Nexus block entity. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Go away ads, such awkward ads too. All ads are pretty awkward. They just have a streamer read a script with no emotion or enthusiasm. Yeah, right? It's like... honestly, it seems like kind of a fail for like ads like that. It's like, I get you're trying to be like hip with the demographic, but... I mean, come on, really? Like some kid I've never seen before just reading from a script. Try Taco Bell's new Bell Burrito. This gives me fuel. You know what I mean? Like... Come on, man. That makes me not want to eat at Taco Bell. That makes me not want to drink your damn energy drink. I don't want to be lame like that. Come on, man. I'm supposed to be cool, right? And you're back. You didn't miss much, accident. I had my own ad running, and it was about the ads. So, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to have to look inside of, like, block selection. No, I want block position. Maybe I shouldn't do it here. You know, I could. Really? This dot POS, right? So I get the position. You see this? I think this is what I need. So it's the distance between that and the squared position. So I gotta think, I gotta do this in a couple of ways. I think I need to do this through the tool itself. I need to do the checks through the tool itself. Let's continue seeing here. Nearest edge returns the square echelon distance between the near edge of this block position. Assumed 7.51 cube. So it's not even a 1 by 1 cube. And that offsets because of the heat source is likely to be above the base position of this block. It's approximate. Alright, I think I know how I want to handle this. I'm going to get rid of all that. I'll leave a little space. We are actually going to put this logic in the wand itself, since that's the tool that actually links things together. Because there's no way for you to move a block without breaking it. Well, I made a few bricks from bricklayers for the mage house, and I can say with confidence, I never want to do this again. Made a few bricks, huh? You chisel them? Are they like chiseled bricks? Chisel! Alright, I need to get into the resonator. Get held item info. Start. This is where I'm going to want to do my searching. think what I need to do is establish... See, I'm getting the station position early. I should get it earlier. I should get it right into here. Because as long as this is not null, like that is one of my stations, I care about the position. So if I pull that out, now what I could do... You know, I can't really, can't, Alright, I'm gonna undo what I did. I think this has to stay in here. It's in here that I'm gonna actually want to put in the code. This is going to be an if statement. We are going to return a message. I will localize it later, and I'll just say station or saved. Selected station is too far away. Now, what I'm going to want to do is a couple checks here. So let's get this Nexus block position, because I'm going to rely on that. And then I can say this dot Nexus block position. Or you know what? I need to get this as a block position. So I'm going to say block position Nexus POS 1 equals new block position. And I believe I'll do it this way. So I'll get the new block's position with X, Y, and Z. I'm going to have to create a new block position as well with the station position. And then I'm going to do the check between them. Station position 1 and block position 1. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to say dot distance. And then I'll say distance to nearest edge. I will give you a nice square instead of a direct distance between the two. They're pulverized, then ground, baked, ground again, and then baked again. That's for one of the 5 ingredients needing to make one ingredient needed to make the unbaked brick. You do this for a few hours, you end up with less than a stack of building blocks. Why the hell would you want to ever do that? That sounds worse than shoving bamboo up your fingernails. Like, holy crap. Why would you want to do that? Sounds horrible. Sounds really bad. So I'm going to say RMR helpers dot logger too far. So if I get the distance and I say is less than or equal to 10. I want to see what it's reading. So let's do RMR references dot logger. Now say captured distance. And I'll put this in because I'm going to want to see the square distance between those two. And then I can see if it's too far, if it's, you know, if it's greater than or equal to 10 is actually what I want to do. All right. Connection mode. So if I do this and that, Oh, it already undid it. Well, that didn't work. It allowed me to do it, right? Capture distance. Holy shit, 448 point... Okay, so that's not right. That's not the right one I want. Square distance! How about I look at something else? So that's not what I want. Distance 2, maybe. Or maybe horizontal? No, just distance 2. Didn't tell you about the number of ingredients needed either. Oh, wait. Bricklayers is not for the faint of heart or anyone as far as I can tell. Yeah, there's some mods, like, I get wanting to, like, have something be tougher, but holy shit. I like to play a game. I don't like to be tortured by it. It's just me. Okay, so it said too far, which is great. Capture distance 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Holy shit, right to the T, huh? All right, so what if I do this? We'll see if this is 23. 23.345. So it's actually doing a direct distance from here directly. Awesome, awesome. Woohoo! Okay, so what I just need to do here is just put in a return. Wow, this was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I was expecting a challenge. Maybe it would work great with some automation mod. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know, the people who make the create mod, right? Like, let them come into Vintage Story and remake it here. From my understanding, the game engine or the game physics needs to really be adjusted. Like, those kind of mods can't be supported right now. I don't know what the details behind it are, but I've talked with some of the developers. The guy who I briefly talked to the guy who's helping to make the create, like, airship one, the aeronautical mod. Yeah, and he was talking about how he tried to do it, and the physics are just weird. Unpredictable. There may be some, like, synchronization issues, so you can't do a thing like that in this kind of game yet. Yeah. When manually querying blocks for stone brick sounds easier. That's what she said. Okay, so now if I try to... Let's try to link this block here. Too far away. It did not link. It's still linked to the dark nexus. So if I were to go in disconnect mode, disconnect it, connect again. This new system's working really well. Yeah, selected station is too far away. So now what that means is I need to have an intermediate block now. That way you can have something kind of far away and then have it link up. As long as it's loaded in the chunk, you should be able to use it. So obviously you can't go ridiculously far. I'm not going to keep chunks alive just to have a damn obelisk in the world somewhere. I can already hear the people complaining about that. No, thanks. I'm good. Ugh. So I guess I should make a repeater, huh? What's this thing going to look like? How is it going to function? How is a repeater going to function in something like this? I suppose what I could do is I could have it be like a Nexus block. I could make it a variant of the Nexus for the type. And this could just be a Nexus, it could be a Nexus, like an Essence conduit. That way, I could put whatever this mystery block is, like, here. And then I can link this to this. Right? And then what I can do is link this block to this one. And then what would happen is this block would pull down the essence, the stored essence available. And then it would try to distribute it to whatever it was. So this could be like a hub. So then it could make a connection to here. I think that's the way we're going to have to do it. That's what she said. Let's do it. Giggity. Leave world. All right, so let's create a new block. And I'm just gonna extend the nexus. So raw burned tier 1, and we will have new one called the conduit. Make sure I'm spelling that right before I start pasting it all over creation. Yep, conduit. We are going to ignore some versions of this conduit. Neutral, light, dark. You know what? Instead of conduit being here in the stages, I'm going to put it in the types. I think that's going to work out better. So raw, dark. So I'm going to need raw, conduit, and I'm going to need the burned conduit. I may actually get rid of the raw and the burned part of this. I may end up doing that. I kind of like the idea of you being able to get magic chalk early in the game, and then using that to do things. There'll be like rituals that you could do on the ground. So to get something like this, you would build it with blocks. And then you would put runes around it, right? And then cast transmutation on it. And then it would transform into like the raw, neutral nexus. Oh, it's so good. I'm so thirsty. So for now, I'm gonna leave the neutral, light, dark. Oh, and actually, oh, I need to do this differently. I want everything but the tier 1. You know, I'm just going to put that in. All right, let's get back in the game. Let's take a look at this, and we'll start building it out when I decide which one I'm going to want. And I guess I'll start putting runes down on the ground. Maybe to get magic chalk, you have to actually find chalk in the world. And then you place the block down, and then you can cast transmutation on that to get magic chalk, which you can then start drawing your runes with. Although some worlds it may be unfair because chalk isn't exactly abundant. So maybe I would have to have a way to be able to create like a makeshift chalk. Because if you're in an area like this, you're not going to find chalk like anywhere here. I was going to say, watch, there's chalk really close by, just to prove me wrong. Oh, hey, found a bug. The light balls have a hitbox in the corner. It's not really a bug. That's really how the hitboxes are for entities. So, yeah, it happens. If you actually turn on hitboxes and start looking at things like arrows, you'll see it's the same thing with an arrow. So, Can't fix the base game. I'm just piggybacking off of things. I did notice that. It irked me a bit because I am a little OCD with some things, but yeah. I mean, the solid box. All right, you'd have to send a screenshot to me because I'm not in the bug fixing phase right now. Can walk through the corner. I don't know what you mean. You'll have to send a snapshot to me, a screenshot of it. All right, I need to pull out this conduit because I gotta decide if I'm gonna want you to be able to get chalk early or not, because that's going to affect the available blocks. So this is gonna be like one of my conduits, right? Because I think clay forming some things and then casting transmutation on that is a cool feature. I like that feature. Can't really screenshot it. It's invisible. Sure you can. Put in the code to get the bounding box for it, right? You would, so what I would do is, I'm not really in a good place to even do this. Yeah, because I don't have the summon light spell. I don't have magic unlock. Which world would have summon light? Let's make a ball of light. Well, that's a problem. I can't make a ball of light right now. Like magic, you're working on you're using an older version of this this mod. So I can't, you know, I can't just, I'm not gonna write a bunch of code just to create a grimoire with random stats to use it. I'm gonna have to hope one of these has like summon light, maybe. No, it's projectile. Ha! All this stuff has changed. Remember this world? Spent a lot of time in this world. Oh, my rough drafts. All memories. Remember when it was called an obelisk? Oh, it's a nice world. Let's try the bottom one. Maybe the bottom. Sorry, I thought you were all powerful. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to make some cool stuff, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make magic. I gotta be careful though, because magic chalk, I don't want everything to be magic chalk based. The hell world is this? Oh, I think I just wanted to make sure the sanctum didn't crash. All right, I gotta delete that world. That world needs to go. I gotta clean up these worlds. That gone. Delete. Ooh, this one says temp. I don't know. I thought I had a world where I had a bunch of grimoires that I had made in a bookshelf. It's one of these worlds. I think I have like a Tyrannosaurus Rex in there too. This isn't the world. Really? Just a transmutation altar? Alright. We'll delete that too. Goodbye! Maybe it's just test? Is this the one? Could be. Could be test. This is the world. Oh, but they were all... Oh, no summon light spell. Wait a minute. What about you? No. Nope. Just Featherfall. I can't really test it right now. I'm not gonna write code to specifically get a book. So yeah, there's the old Tyrannosaurus Rex stuck in a tree. Oh, that's great. Beep beep. I really like the idea of like Ars Magica. Just like build your structure, throw items into it to create, you know, what you want to create. Have it to where you could just piece together spells, because it's a pain in the balls making these custom spells. It would be nice to just make spell attributes that when applied to certain things in the spell ran certain code that did things. I don't know. Do you want to leave, Bingley? You want to leave, sweetie? Alright, I gotta let my cat out. He's just staring at me. You want to leave, honey? Oh, Bingly Wingly. Oh, Bingly Wingly. Creates and deletes worlds on a whim, doesn't consider himself all-powerful. Well, you know. Maybe I'm just being modest. Alright. I think maybe one of these, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick one of these worlds and stick with it. Do 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 do. Ba da da da. I think it would be really cool to have like a ritual. You know, like something you do on the ground. Oh, I guess I picked this world. All right. You know what? We'll just use this world from now on. I get rid of all the old rooms. So let's get some magic chalk. Gonna get rid of some of these other items. Don't need it. Let's get a tool rack. Oh, I need a shelf too. Shelf. There we go, because I don't want to lose those. All right, because you could do something like that, and then I can have it to where you... See, I mean, you would pretty much be doing the same thing. There'd be no point of those runes then, doing that and then casting transmutation. Like, I don't want to force something, you know what I mean? I want to force it. So this system should be working. Yeah, that's 2,500 now. I found the command. The collision box doesn't show when you call the wireframe. Yeah, I mean, either way, if you're upset that the ball of light spell has a collision box, then you know, I mean, it's something that I'm gonna have to eventually deal with. But I'm not even remotely close to troubleshooting something like that. I gotta stay focused because I don't want. I want to make sure, like, when this system is done, I think I'm gonna have to touch a lot of aspects of the mod again, just to incorporate them to use the Nexus Essence system. Because again, right, like I'm trying to involve the world itself in doing something like this. So something like this having, you know, having it be a battery, right, having different types of energy. And then I get to look at everything and say, like, okay, you know, how does the magic circle work when combined with this, right? How does transmutation work? Because I may end up changing the transmutation spell to from it being just like whatever you select to being a projectile. Because if that's the case, then you just got to make sure you shoot the orb at whatever you want to do, and then it will, you know, run the transmutation logic. I think that may be a better look than just having it randomly happen. Possibly. Transmutation failed. Oh, I don't have anything for the Nexus. That's right. So something like the Oculus. Yeah, see, boom. Like, maybe it would be better if you saw a projectile that like hit it and then it did it, right? Because there's no explanation as to why it just did that. So I got some decisions to make. I am the unfocuser. No, it's good finding things. Definitely a good thing to find things. I just want to, you know what my problem is? I'm looking at, like other mods for guidance, and I look at some of the systems and I'm like, that's so freaking cool. Like these right here, there's no shame in it. These are pretty much how I remember Ars Magica. I hated how the tools were kind of clunky. I hated how you couldn't really tell if like a Nexus was like, interacting with something, what it was connected to. Like, I really didn't like that part of it, but it was so cool, like making the spells, right? Because what was it? You would set up certain things. Right, I would like come over here. Right, you'd have like your one block in the center. You had something like that. Then you had... This is going to be my version of it. I think it was... The other one was a little taller. I think it was maybe like that. You would have like your activation block there. You would have those blocks there. These were stairs, I believe. I don't have any. Close enough. Right, so you would have like this. And then you had like your pedestal here. If I'm remembering this right, I haven't played in years. They're like Electricon. Here we go. Yeah, this is close enough. Right, so like you would have that, and you would have that switch. Like whatever the switch was. To turn it on and off, right? And you have like all this, whoops. Out of my way! Get that crystal out. There we go. Right, so you would have something like this to, like, build things. And that was your connection point. I guess I'll put, like, that. You'd have your switch to turn it on. And then you would, like, link your Nexus to, like, this center block or whatever that top activation block was. And it would draw the power, right? And you would just, like, throw items in to make your spells. Like, that was so freaking awesome. Everyone's looking at other people's stuff, but no one had any idea what they were doing to begin with. Well, that's true. But my idea to begin with was more in tune with, like, an MMO, not a game like this. But I do want to use this system. I think world magic, like Essence in the World, really fits with the whole, like, temporal storms. Maybe these things recharge like wild during a temporal storm. Maybe if you try and use these, like, maybe there'll be some other kind of effect, like I could have fun with this stuff. Using, like, the magic chalk system. I think that was awesome, too. Like, bam, now this thing's been upgraded. I bet I could do something where, I probably could make two different kinds of runes. I could have, like, the white chalk, and then maybe when something like this is, like, activated, I could swap these runes out to, like, golden runes or something to show, like, they're, that it's doing something. Maybe some particles can slowly come up, right? All those visuals. I do remember in Ars Magica, there were like the caps, right? And you'd change out your caps and it would affect, you know, your Nexus. And I think the caps here made it to where you could do more complex spells without this blowing up. Maybe some spells you can only get during a temporal storm, or temporal storms increase the variance of created spells. Yeah, maybe the variance one, that isn't a bad idea. I mean, the other one, that's the problem. It's like, I don't have a lot of spells in this game. This Magic game does not have a lot of spells. Mainly because, like, a lot of these spells are all kind of, you know, they're all static spells. You know, something like Ars Magica was nice because you could put the dig property on, you know, whatever the spell was, right? You could make a mega spell. It could be an AoE, right? You know, projectile, or no, it would be like an AoE, amplified, dig, and it could do damage, and, you know, and then you could put all of this stuff onto it. You know, if I were to adopt something like that, like, it would throw out my focuses, because you don't need a focus if you could just put the elemental attribute on whatever the spell is. So, alright, let's focus on this Nexus. Material! So this would be the conduit. So I would be able to link this to this. I'm thinking what I should do. I think I should make a new block. I need to make a new block. This was a good try, but nope. It's going to be a lot better just starting fresh. I can call this a conduit. Call it a conduit. Raw burned in tier 1. I mean, you shouldn't have to clay form everything. People will suggest spells once the mod is released, like Lightning Strike or Room Freezer. Yeah, but you know, things like that. Like, it's easy to suggest a spell. It's another thing to be like, well, how do I do that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how the hell to do that. It's gonna be interesting. What I'm hoping is this new system inspires me to, like, maybe do the spells differently. Because I keep migrating more towards that open, you know, you can kind of, you know, all spells are different kind of feel. Because I still have spells to complete, too. I got a lot of work to do in this mod. I mean, it's definitely cool, but I do envy the people who, you know, have, like, they're on a team. And being able to do something like this with other people. And not have to do everything yourself. I do envy those people. Sunny Cave! Wow. I should have grabbed more sodas. That's it. I got some, got half a bottle of water. That's all. That's all I have left. That's it. I think 90% of the time solution is copy from another mod. Yeah. I do like this system, though. I feel good about this. Having, like, 3 different kinds of essences, that can really make things... Because it's one thing, like, I could easily make, you know, all of this stuff. Like, you don't need runes. I could have just made it to where there are different versions of this with static, you know, differences. And then you just put this in a crafting table to craft it. So... Water's greater than soda anyways. Yeah, but I want soda. I worked out hard today. I want some soda. You gotta keep yourself happy. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. And then the different gimmicks with each one. But see, this right here really plays into making a system like this. Maybe the... Because what do I have, right? I have this Oculus block. This is how you make spells currently. Wouldn't it be better, instead of having like a little block like this, you had to build something? Wouldn't that be better? And then it's like a portal. And then you can throw things into it. I could make my own version of this. I think 3x3 is good. Let's experiment a little bit with building things. I'm gonna get like a crafting table. Or you know, we'll just get a table. Forgot what game I was playing there for a moment. Right, so that could be like my workbench for this. Could eventually make like stairs, right? Could be held up like this. Trying to trim this down a little bit. And I could have it to where you could make it out of any magic, any mana stone. I don't really care for that. I mean, you know... I could have the... Alright, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I want to keep it bare bones and not worry about adding all of this extra stuff to it. Because I also don't want to limit someone's creativity as well. So I think having a structure, a base structure that looks like this, with whatever the activator block is, plus whatever the Arcanus block is that you want to put down, I think that's going to be the way to go. And then the main block could be this, you know, whatever I call this one. Maybe I could call it like an Oculus Gateway. And then you can have your Oculuses close by, and then what you could do is when you're upgrading your spells, you'd be able to click on this to get it linked, and then you'd be able to like link up, you know, your dark nexus, so you could start feeding the dark energy that it would require, or whatever it's going to require. That would be a good mechanic. Okay, so let's run this through. I create a block We'll just put that right there. So I put my spellbook on here, which I don't think I can. So it could be like whatever I turn this Oculus table into. And then this block could read from that and say, okay, you know what? Or really, yeah, that would work. So I could link this up here. Like, as soon as you see something that it's, like, complete, maybe I will end up changing, like, the block in the center from this to something with runes. Maybe, like, I'll put some kind of layer down to show you, like, it's activated. Maybe what I could do is put a thin hitbox here, or selection box, and then maybe I can put like this kind of glass, like a transparent, so it looks more like a portal, and then you could see like, yeah, you know, there's like, this is all filled in, like it's something that's available, or something that could be turned on, or maybe that happens when you put things in here. And then this would be the heartbeat, like that links everything together. This block, once it sees something here, could generate that 3x3 multi-block structure that I'm going to end up making. And then this thing could just do checks to make sure certain points are still intact. Like whatever this base structure is, as long as it's still intact, it will work. If not, it could break the system and put it into search mode to try and reassemble itself. And then I could put the book down, right? And then I would have to have some way to signify, like to show what the next item is that it needs. I guess that would be what this is for. I could hover over it and I could do the heads-up display to show you what the items are that you would need. Oh, look at that velocity! No fucking way! Whoa! Oh, Vice got velocity. That is awesome. Woo! Get out of here, rabbit. You may go. Thank you. Fuck out of here. Go. You can go. I like it. I like this system. It does fix a problem, because I didn't know how I was going to even make these grimoires. This way would make sense. So you want to make a grimoire, right? You could put a book down, and then you throw in whatever the base ingredients are. Pop some neutral essence on that bad boy when it calls for it. That's what that switch was for. I don't think we have anything that's like a switch, right? Yeah, I don't think we have any buttons or switches. I could have it to where something like that you would just cast transmutation. And then that would fill whatever the requirement would be. I like this. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a system like this. Now, I guess the question is, do I have to worry about having caps? I could potentially just do something like this. So this is the linking block, so it would be more like a gateway. No, I probably should put caps on here. Because maybe I should make different versions of these caps. And that could link into my current tier system. So I could have 4 different levels. Maybe in order to get better spellbooks, you have to have not only the better caps, but you would have to have your transmutation spell. Because maybe to get started with all this, right? Like I could put the book on, and then I cast transmutation on it to like start the upgrade process or start the grimoire creation process. And then I could do a quick check to see what caps are here. And that I have, you know, maybe not even that, just like whatever the things are. And then I can have preset items that are required with some variance in there too. That way, at least it feels a little different. I could do that. I think that'd be fun. I guess that being said, oops, let's get rid of some of this stuff here. There we go. So I could do this. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of like this activation block being inside. Right, so something like that. I wonder how I should incorporate runes in this. I don't know. With the runes, it feels like it's kind of forced, you know? Maybe the runes aren't going to be good for, like, spell creation. I think this would be a good baseline structure to look for. All right, let's create some blocks for this. Let's get a rough draft going. So instead of conduit, this could be called maybe like an essence gateway. No. No, because if I have like Essence Gateway, people are going to confuse that with an Essence Conduit. I have a feeling. The hell's this block going to be called? It'll be like the activator block for this system. Should have something to do with grimoires. I guess I could call it something like a knowledge codex or something. You know what? Let's ask ChatGPT. All right. So, can you give me names? That would be for creating grimoires using world essence. What you got for me? Certainly. Essence Tome Forger. Forge, something with Forge could be good. Like a mana forge. Spellforge. Oh, they have the Mystic Quill Nexus, the Scriptorium, the Grimoire Genesis. Not bad, not bad. World Song, that sounds more like a spell name. An Enchanter's Matrix. Something with like Matrix, like a spellbound Matrix. A spellbound Matrix. I was going to use that as one of my spells in the old system. Oh, come on, asswipe. Jesus Christ, I just want to fucking rename this. There we go. Spellbound Matrix. A Matrix. Nexus. How would you even craft this thing? You know what? You're not going to craft this thing. You're going to use magic chalk. So you're going to clay form something, and I'm going to have you place other items around it, and then chalk around that, and then cast transmutation, I think. And then it's going to condense it into a spellbound matrix that you would then use for this stuff. There's not going to be a type. Honestly, there doesn't even have to be a side. So I'm going to get rid of that code as well. I will make it animatable. I will get rid of that. Doesn't need to be a container. No. Does not need to be a container. I'm going to comment these out for now. So it's just going to have the block station generic. Raw, burned, and complete. I can get rid of all the skipped variants. So for conduits here, so this is going to be a burned version of the conduit. We can get rid of this. Instead of a nexus, I'll just combine everything there. So we'll have raw, we're going to have burned, and we're going to have this. I can delete all of that. I think the rest of it should be fine. So that's going to be the Spellbound Matrix. It's not going to look like what we want it to. I should make this block look a certain way, shouldn't I? Probably should be similar to the caps. But it's something that should just be up and down, because this is going to be a building block used. Yeah. You know what? Let's pull up the model creator. File, open. Magic chalk. All right, let's go into shapes, blocks. The engraved mana stone, right? So this is the engraved mana stone. So really, I just care about the top and the bottom. It's got to look unique. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. You know, I'm thinking I do need to have different variants of this block. Do, do, do. So I'm gonna have to do skip variants. All right. Pull up the type. So this is going to be the Arcanist, so I'll do lesser, greater, superior, and of course, celestial. I hate when I do that. I forgot to put it in a string. There we go. So I'll have all of these different kinds, but the raw, burned, dark. So let's get rid of all of this. So I'm skipping the raw and the burned, aren't I? Now I'll just say base. I'm gonna add one base. Probably pop in lesser and burned for that. So right, lesser, greater, superior, celestial. Copy that, paste it in. Instead of raw, it's going to be burned. And for the complete, I'm going to want to ignore the complete base as well. There we go. So that should prune out all the variants here that I'm not going to want. So this is going to come out as a question mark block. Is that rabbit really pushing me? Come on, man. There you go. Sorry, rabbit. You just live in there for a bit. Where to put it? I have more items. Where did they go? So that's not it. That's the magic circle. Oh, here they are. So let's see. What do we have? We have the raw base. We have the burned base. And we have the complete lesser, complete greater, complete superior, and the complete celestial. So something like that would be like that block there. Although it's going to look like a block. So that would go in the middle. Then we would have... maybe an Oculus? Should this even be a 2-block kind of system? Oh, this is the... wait, conduit. Block conduit. This should... oh, I forgot to put in Spellbound Matrix here. Ah, whoops. I was gonna say, like, conduit doesn't make sense. Matrix. Anything that says conduit, replace it with spellbound matrix. Okay, there was only one other thing. Do 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 do. Shape shaders, shapes, blocks, engraved mana stone. We're gonna copy and paste. I'm gonna call this Spellbound Matrix. I guess I could put this in the stations. Technically, it would be a type of station. All right, now let's take a look at it. I probably won't be live streaming for much longer. This was going to be a short one. I've been going for an hour. I'm hungry. And I think I have to get more feedback on even making a system like this. Because I could easily just make this a block. Here we go. So here's all my essences. Right, so it would be my essence block here. And then I would have my caps. Then I would have the... I mean, the new Oculus will probably look similar to that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Oops. Yeah. There we go. So if I soulbind to that... Yeah. Should be able to right-click on this and link it to a Nexus. Yep. Not sure what that's gonna do. Yes, very interesting indeed. Do 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 do. I'm not sure if this is a system I want to do. It's having a big station like that. Like, is that too annoying to have people do this? Like, I think it's cool, like, constructing this. Like, I think this is a great idea. I do want to make different caps. Oh, to upgrade the caps, right? I'd be able to do something like this. Place it down. Draw magic chalk around it. And then cast transmutation on the block. It could do a check to see, like, are there runes all around? And if there are, then convert this to, like, the next stage, depending on your mage tier. And then you'd be able to put the next tier up, which could help with... What could it help with? You know, I could change this part up a little bit. So if I do introduce caps, I'm gonna have to do a little math, right? So if I start at like 250, All right, let's create a new space. All right, so you create a new space. I put down an nexus. That's at 250 neutral mana. By completing these runes, maybe the runes could be a magnifier. Maybe it could only multiply it by 2. Get a different color here. So then maybe depending on the caps you put on, maybe I could do this. I guess I just have to think like, okay, what is it regular, right? 250. I think I need to start thinking of like how much, like how often you charge it, what something like this is going to look like if I do a system like this. Like how much mana is it gonna take? How much world magic, right? World essence is it going to take to make a grimoire? So that way you can have just like one and it won't be a problem. But if you enhance it, it's going to be better, right? So maybe your first upgrade should be putting down the pillars, right? And then completing this. This should be tier 1. So then those two together could be, if it's 250, maybe it could make it 1,000. And then maybe each upgrade you give it adds another... let's pull up a calculator. Right, so if we have 4 tiers, so if I have 250 is the default. I could do, well, it would be 750, right? Because that would make 1,000. So what is 750 times 4? That's 3,000. So plus the 250. Why don't I just make each tier be able to hold an extra 1,000? And then completing the runes adds another 1,000 to make the 5. I like the number 5,000. I think that's going to be more than enough essence to be able to be stored. So really, it's going to be the same with this, but you would have to have all of the best caps on. And maybe what I could do on the inside here, so I could reuse this block, I could have the outside be the same, and then the inside could be the type of Arcanus that it's made out of. And maybe that gem could stay in there in the middle, because I do like the temporal theme. So let's open this. This is going to be a pain in the balls, I think. I didn't like label any of this shit. This is going to be horrible. Horrible. All right, you know what? What I need to do is start outlining the basic stuff. So like cube 58, no, this should be outer. Outer frame. dash outer frame 1-1. This would be, you know, I'll just make this copy. What is this cube? Let's be outer frame 1-2. Outer frame, whoops. Outer frame 1-3. Outer frame 1-4. Fine. I'll swap these. There, and I can uncouple those. There we go. Kind of organize it. And then on this other side, this can be outer frame 2-1. This would be outer frame 2-2. Outer frame 2-3. That'd be outer frame 2-4. I messed that up. There we go. Then these are the other parts. I'm just going to pull those right out. Right, so I could have something like that. Then the inside. You know what? This is just going to be the outer frame -3. Whatever. (3-1). This could just be 3-2. 3-4. Or, you know, 3-3. Yeah, and then this will be 3-4. And this actually all kind of matches up to origin-outer. So that is all of the outer frame right there. This is the gem. I think what I'm going to want to do is create a new cube. Make it a null cube. This could be underscore origin dash gems multiple. And then I'm just going to put all of these gems into here as like a folder. There we go. So those are all the gems. Good. And now I just have the inner. And these are what I'm probably going to have to take time labeling. Probably want to take a... Probably make a new element. Origin-inner. Damn it, knew something like that was going to happen. Why is this so borked? You know, maybe this isn't a bad thing. This actually is pretty bad. It's because I'm doing the rotations, isn't it? If I do that. Okay, so I could do this. Alright. So I can make this like inner 2. This could just become inner. There we go. That does what I want it to do. Now we're going to file, save. We can also do file, save as, because this is going to be the station. Spellbound matrix. Yes. Okay. All right, I no longer need that up. Let's go into the block shape. Here we go. Engraved mana stone. So now I can minimize all of this stuff here. So really everything in here. What am I calling the material default? So I'm just calling it all material 1. I'm going to look for everything material 1. Let's pull up the mana stone. So the engraved is in here. What are my keys looking like? So I just have material. Good. So I can use material 2. Excellent. Copy, paste. This would be material 2. All right. Copy, paste. Let's get a new texture here. Oh, shoot. Oh man, I'm gonna have to make this its own block, I think, to do it the way I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it its own block. It doesn't make sense to have these be elemental attributes. But I can still put in a texture just to test it. So let's do textures. Arcanus. Let's do the lesser Arcanus block. So it's going to be blocks, Arcanus, Arcanus block dash lesser. I think that's going to be what we want. All right, I'm going to have to shut down. We're going to rebuild. I think I can just hit play, right? Oh, wait, quit. Just as I thought. Someone had told me you just have to press play, right? And then it will rebuild it for you. It does not. Not on mine, it doesn't anyways. Wrong! I think I heard that somewhere. I can't remember. Who knows? Maybe I'm just tired. I do feel tired. The gym took it out of me. And I didn't eat dinner last night. And then for lunch I had I didn't have breakfast either. And for lunch I had sausage and it wasn't good. It was low quality sausage. I just realized I made a mistake. There we go. Yeah, that's a complete mistake. I want this to be material 2. And you know what? Let's not do lesser. Let's make this a celestial. Bow, ba-da, bow, ba-ba-ba-bow. Do, 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 do. Ba-da-da-dum, bow, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-ba-ba-bow, bow, bow, bow. Now this isn't going to look right because I think I'm using a glass texture. Yeah, I'm using a purple glass texture. You know what? That actually looks pretty fucking awesome. Look at that weirdness though. I'm gonna have to change this block. All right, let's save and quit. Let's turn this into its own block. I think that is what it's come down to. Copy paste. This is gonna be an engraved mana stone. You know, instead of mana stone, I could say engraved rune stone. We can make a new type here. Or unless I should just call it a rune stone and I don't even have to put engraved. Maybe I'll do that. I could have a normal and an engraved version of it. For the types, it's going to be lesser, greater, superior, and celestial. Do, 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 do. Funny thing is, like, all of this still works. All of this will still work. All right, now I need to look at glass. There's going to be a couple flags and stuff that I got to put on here. I just don't remember what they are. All right, yeah, it's this right here. Call face mode's going to be 1. All right. So we got a couple things to put in here. Copy. Paste. 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 Where are my sides at? All right. And of course, this. All right, let's see if this does it. Do 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 do. Ba da ba da. I hear my neighbor mowing their yard right now, and I feel competitive. I feel like I need to go out and mow our yard now. Damn you! The guy's also retired, so he doesn't work all day. So their yard looks nice. Ours, I'm not an outdoorsy person. We have this one dandelion that has just bloomed. This is a huge specimen. So we have that on display in our front yard. It's right in the flower bed. We put down all that mulch and that thing found a way. It's enormous. Enormous! All right, so we're going to have a couple new block types here. Mana Stone, normal, lesser. All right, so the engraved version's what I'm going to want to target. Right, so that's what it looks like now. That's better. We could preserve the water at that point. Not bad. Not bad. I don't like some of this here. I'm going to have to redo this model a little bit. Not by much. Just a little bit. Wonder if I need transparent in here. I wonder if I can use, let's take a look. Let's see. I think I'm using something like this in the Nexus. No blend call. Maybe this. Runestone! So I'm just going to comment out that render pass. I want to see what changes. And then we'll take a look, and then I think I got to sit on... Just kind of sit on my ideas for a little bit. Think about the direction, right? Like, before I go customizing blocks and making a whole new type of block. I get it, my neighbor. I get it. You're mowing your yard. I'm so happy for you. Such a good job. Your yard looks so pretty. Get rid of that. Let's go back down to here. Pull one of these out. It's better. Should I even have transparency? I don't think I should even have transparency. I don't know. Maybe I should. I mean, this is cool. I probably should have transparency. Arcanus is a crystal. All right, so I got to work on the model. So let's pull up the engraved mana stone. All right, and let's hide some of these faces. Like that. So we can kind of look inside. So that is the problem there. What if... I see what I tried to do. Alright. This is going to sound crazy. But what if I'm going to duplicate this and we're going to pull this out to here. So I can get rid of everything there, right? It's a single plane. It's already set back a little bit. What if I just extend this, right? I'll move this down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, something like that, to where it's just going to be a solid pane. This is going to be like embedded in the middle here. So that means I get to move the gemstone back just a little bit. So let's find that gemstone, which is this guy. I believe it's... Nope, it's the whole thing. So it's this. Yep. And then I just got to do... No. like 2, right? Like, that way it's like right on the edge. There we go. I could try this. I think this is going to look pretty damn good. What is that? Glitching in the corner. Oh. There we go. Problem solved. This would look even better if I push this out a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That way it's like in there, like halfway in there. Which means I have to go back to here. Back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way it just kind of sits in there. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. So this is the gemstone that I care about. Which means I don't care about this gemstone, so I could delete that out. We're going to duplicate this. I'm going to move this like that. Yeah, zero it out. So we got those two. I'm going to delete those gemstones. And that one. I'm going to duplicate this. Now I want to rotate it. Like that. And then I'm going to rotate this one more time, and I believe it's on this axis. Yep. Hey, Oats, which model is this for? Well, it's going to be for my engraved Mana Stone. I will show you what it looks like, because I'm literally like 2 minutes away from being done with it. And I think it's going to look pretty awesome. I definitely think it's going to look awesome. Just going to minimize all of this stuff here. I'm going to create a block in here, and I'm going to say the origin's going to be 8, 8, and 8, right in the center. Pop that in. So this is cube 1. We're just going to call it underscore cube 1. Yeah, you'll see what I've been thinking of. Oh, and I can get your opinion on something too. I don't know if I'm going to rabbit hole myself going with my idea or not. But we shall see. I want to duplicate this. No. I had it right. All right, so I'm going to rotate this much. I'm going to put that into here. We're going to duplicate this whole thing. I'm going to rotate it here. We're going to duplicate one more time. And I'm going to rotate it here. There we go. File, save as, station. This is going to be my Spellbound matrix. Yes. Okay. Now let's rebuild. Sure, did you want to talk about it later? I could show you right now if you have the time. I was about to get off the stream anyways, so I could just tell you now. Since you're here. So this is going to be very Ars Magica-y. But I'm thinking about how do you create spells? How to use the spell essence system that I've created. because it's cool. I want to use it. Want to use it. Solid foundation. So this is what I was making. So this is going to be... Nope. None of these are the right ones. Oh, I forgot to... Hold on. I forgot to put the... I forgot to put some stuff in here. Hold on. Alright, so this is going to be none. That's going to be celestial. This right here needs to be the spellbound matrix. Blocks, stations... Okay, now let me rebuild. Now we'll see the new model. So the idea was, instead of just having a little block station, you actually would have to build the device in the world to make your spells, or to enhance your spells. And it's going to be pretty much like Ars Magica. I created a mock-up structure that you're going to have to build. There's a lot of texture issues going on now. When it's transparent, the whole thing goes transparent. Interesting, huh? I'm gonna have to have like a block in a block to do what I want to do. Wait, this isn't the right model. This isn't the right model either. Wait a minute. Let's pull this out. Hold on. These are not the correct models. It's this model. File. Save as. Oh, wait. Did I call it Magic Rune Block? You know, this is the new version anyway, so I'm just going to do save as. We will save it as the engraved one as well. You know, we shouldn't have done that. No, it's okay. Just going to undo a lot of this stuff here. Yeah, maybe I'll get off the stream. I want some chips. I'll get off the stream, and I think I'll show you what I'm thinking of. That way we could actually talk too. That way you're not typing. So, okay, let's find someone to raid, because I'm getting hungry. Raid! Twitch. Actually, I think it's just like you, myself, and I think maybe Hexaden's still kind of sitting in the background. I gotta figure, you know what? For all the time I live stream, I have no idea how to check, like, who's in the chat, like, who's here, who... I see the number of, like, the viewers. But that's about all I see. There's 120 people watching this game. Sweet. Hey, you know what? Outcast. We're gonna raid Outcast. Exclamation raid / raid Outcast. I'll make sure to copy my thing. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me. To be continued. Definitely to be continued. There is a lot of ideas that I have, like this whole building a magic system based on world magic. It's again thrown all the pieces into the air, you know, as to the direction, right, of how this mod should go. I want fun things. I want unique things. I don't want you to sit there and put items in a craft table to make an obelisk, right? I want you to use the runes. I want you to use transmutation. You know, I want these things to happen. I think transmutation should become a projectile. That would solve a lot of issues with, like, transmuting something. That way it's not saying that it failed or anything. It's just that it failed, and you see that it failed because it just fades out of existence and nothing happens. So, eternal mod development. Yep, you know it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Oats, I will talk to you soon. Like 5 minutes or so. Bye, everyone.